Welcome to the Fearful Fright series, where we will be reading with our favorite green ghoul, Grimmer. Now sit back and enjoy this twisted tale. Today our story is called Cannibal Cowboys. My name is Adam Heckley. I'm an old bounty hunter. I'm out of the business now. You see, I no longer have a right arm. So now I am no good at shooting. And I'm too lousy with my left arm to get a clean shot off. My job took me all around America, looking for bad guys, and bringing them back to where they were wanted. I've had me a few shootouts in my time, but nothing like my last bounty. That's the one that put me out of a job. When I seen a bounty for a whole family, I was excited. Usually families stick together. Well, that would be perfect for me. I would have to do less work, for more pay. They had a $100 bounty for each of the family members. And there were 7 of them. That'll be perfect, I thought. I'll be able to finally buy some land and settle down. The only thing I thought was I would be needing an extra man for backup, just in case things got a little hairy. So I decided to take along my brother-in-law Bucky. He was a pretty good shot, and he only wanted $50. I would still be able to collect $650. So we both agreed and gathered our guns and supplies. Then we made our way to Death Valley. Now the bounty said this family was wanted for a large amount of disappearances in Death Valley. It seems one of the poor victims got away from this crazy family of 7. And the story this lady told was nothing short of a nightmare. She said the group she was with was held at gunpoint, put in chains, and forced in the house. Once she got in there, she said there were dead bodies everywhere, and the house smelled like rotting flesh. Now this family was always known to be odd, but no one thought they would be capable of murder. But with this lady's story, and all of the disappearances, we had no choice but to believe it. The oldest of this family was Bo. He was a real short fella, but had a real bad temper. Then there was Jim. He was about as smart as a box of rocks. Then there was Sandy. She was the real crazy one of the bunch. Then they had Greg, Gary, Timmy and Bob. They were the younger brothers. They would pretty much do anything they were told. Well, about a half a day later, we came across their cabin, and we peeked in the window to see if anyone was home. We couldn't see anyone, but we could smell that same smell the lady described. The smell of rotting flesh. Me and my brother-in-law Bucky made our way to the back door. Then I counted, 1, 2, 3. Then kicked in the door. We both rushed in with our guns drawn. "Get 'em up," we both yelled. But when we got further in, we seen it. Bodies scattered everywhere. Some were missing their heads, or legs, or arms. Some still chained up. And all you could hear was the sound of flies buzzing everywhere. We covered our nose, still holding our gun, and walked further in. As we made our way to the kitchen, we could see body parts, or what was left of them. They looked like they have been cut to the bone to get the meat off. Just then, we could hear the front door open. Now this bounty was a dead or alive bounty. And after what we seen, we didn't take any chances. So my brother-in-law Bucky took a few shots at the family as they entered the home. Bang, bang, bang. I came around the corner to send a couple rounds off. As I did, I can notice that my brother shot 3 of them dead. Then they returned fire the same time I did, killing my brother-in-law Bucky. I ran back to the kitchen for cover. Then I could see the oldest brother, the shortest one of all of them, snatching up Bucky, dragging him into the living room. And I wasn't going to let that happen. So I ran back out there, attempting to shoot a couple rounds off again, in the process attempting to grab Bucky. As I came around the corner aiming my gun, the sister of the family chopped my whole right arm off. And instead of continuing to attack me, she started eating it. Then the rest of the family that weren't already dead joined in. As I looked over them, I could see the oldest one was eating my brother-in-law. It was almost like he was in a trance, like he couldn't get enough of the taste. As I stood there looking in disbelief, beginning to bleed out, I ran back to the kitchen, jumped out the window, jumped on my horse and rode all the way back home. I barely got to the dock in time, but I managed to live. I never did go back from my brother-in-law Bucky. I doubted there would be much left of him anyways. Well, that was the day I understood the difference between being a criminal and being crazy. And all I know is, I feel bad for the next bounty hunter that gets tricked into trying to collect that bounty.